Welcome back, new and returning viewers, to the Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle show. I'm Zanman, and tonight I'm going to be joined by my co host.
Leaky Beaky, and today we actually have a special guest in place of Clyde, who's not here right now. And the special guest name is
Mr. Smooth Spaz.
yeah.
An oldie
So
but a goodie.
unfortunately, Clyde wasn't able to make it today, but we got a special guest, so gotta make up for it.
I know it's only been just a few days, but due to the structure of these, I don't expect too much to be happening. But okay, any new things come up yet? Or
Not really, just been same old, same old. But I think really what we need to ask, the real question is, what has Mr. Smooth
yeah,
Spaz been up to?
what
Because
is he up to? That is a true
I
question.
haven't talked to him in over a year. It's been over a year. So what have you been up
Yeah.
to lately?
That's a great question. Because do you want the full recap? Also, you can just call
Yeah,
me Emerson.
dude.
Yeah.
Full recap.
Okay. Start of senior year, get into school, kind of going in, guns blazing. I don't know. Just take AP classes, AP psychology and AP English, namely. And I didn't take a math class. That was another thing because I wanted to take calculus, but it got in the way of my graphic design. And you know what I can you guess what I
Oh,
prioritized?
this guy is he's insane, dude. He's a scholar. What so
Definitely.
so you I'm assuming you're off to college now, right?
Yes.
Like fully locked in. You're like it's like fully for sure going, right?
Going for
And
college.
you don't need to tell the viewers what college you're going to, but what are you majoring in?
What are you majoring? Computer science with a focus in games.
I was gonna do
So like
that, but it's I don't know. Job market right now seems sketchy, so
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
so would you have any advice to like um high schoolers watching this right now? If you had any advice, what would you say to them who are trying to be
Get
like
started.
successful?
Definitely get started early in gaming because there's like really easy courses for advanced learners or like people who already are versed in the topic. So even if you know like a little bit the bare minimum how to do a hello world prompt or something, there'll be like so much more for you to do in a shorter amount of time, whereas it'll take a lot longer for someone who's just brand new to the topic. And more time will equal more money and more classes you're going to have to take in college.
Right. So my next question is well, what inspired you or what made you choose that as your major? What's the inspiration behind that?
I always kind of knew I wanted to like get into video games or some form of like content creation. I really am a creative person and I like a ton of different creative outlets, but mainly I like playing video games and seeing like the different kind of worlds in the creator's heads. I like seeing what other people can make and like understanding the stories that they have going on inside their head and how they think. I want to be one of those people that are able to make those kinds of things.
One question
That's
I had,
understandable.
um, sorry to cut you off, but do you expect any
Yeah,
like
you're good.
caveats later in your college career with
Um,
this?
I definitely, I'm not sure if like I'm not guaranteed I'm going to stay in this course. I want to, and like I'm definitely going for computer sciences with prioritization games, but mainly I want that computer science in my degree because like I've talked to this before with my dad and like other like parental figures in my life. That's just you're never gonna go be whatever you study in college. Like you're not guaranteed to be that person, do that career. And like if you went to college for game design, then it's going to be very helpful if you do good into the game design field, which is what I want to get into. But if I go into um, computer science, it'll be a lot more versatile in terms of like the opportunities I gain from it, other than oh I make games. It'll be oh I know computers.
Yeah. So like you trying to be like the next like Hideo Kojima or what?
If only, dude. I would love to be Hideo Kojima.
So
I've-
you're studying game des or computer science, but specifically game design is what you're interested in.
yes.
Do you have any like ideas for a game or something that you would like to design or something in the future that you want to help with or contribute to?
I've definitely had a few. One thing I'm not too sure about is the like multiplayer, competitive multiplayer aspect to, or like the competitive multiplayer sort of like side of the gaming industry, just because I imagine it's very limiting in terms of like the imagination and creativity that goes into it, apart from the initial creation of the games, because eventually you get into just like balancing issues and just like map changes, and all of it becomes super critical in whatever you're doing, and it really limits the freedom. So what I want to do in particular is I like story games, and platformers are really uh they're really like free, or how do I put this? They're really lenient with the amount of creativity that you get to put into it, and that along with sandbox games. Sandbox games are just really fun to mess around with in general from the creator's standpoint.
I think that's a reason why like games like Mario, like the original Marios, and like Minecraft and all that, and Terraria are all like really popular games because they're sandbox and platform games. And I remember when I was a kid, in like the summer going into seventh grade, I had this summer program and we would study like robotics and like game design. And I remember platforms being a really easy beginner level type of game to like start working on. So I kind of understand that aspect of what you're talking about.
Definitely get the
But is
whole thing
there
about oh wait. But
oh my bad.
I definitely get the
You can
whole
go.
thing about like multiplayer games and stuff because I mean, eventually it gets to a point where it's like it's less of like your vision being implemented and you have to like listen to the streamers and stuff like that. And it sucks because then it's like you're not really like in control of the game. And it's like the community is like kind of like choosing everything for you. If that makes sense.
That is definitely true. I guess when I first talked about it, I kind of made it sound like really grim, but I suppose the main thing is like with those multiplayer games where you have to worry about like things from the player's perspective, it can be very limiting, not in terms of creation, but you just at a certain point you start to feel like you're not making a game for yourself, you're making it for the players, and you're just kind of slaving away and at the player's beck and call. So it doesn't really feel very rewarding from the personal standpoint.
Yeah. That definitely makes a lot of sense.
My other question was, do you have a specific like type of niche that you like or that you would be open to designing in a game?
I
Aside from
definitely
like platformers and sandbox games, is there like something specific, real specific, you'd be interested in?
I really like subliminal horror games is actually one of the things I really am like really kind of want to get into and just really interested in, because it's really foreign with the terms of creativity you're able to get into it. I guess subliminal is not necessarily the right word, but if you look at other types of games like Little Nightmares is one good example, and maybe less so Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion, but like just more of those games where they kind of In Sound Mind is another one, but games that really break the norms of what the like human brain is really used to, or just people are generally familiar with, and like games that get their horror from just being unnatural. I really like those kinds of games, and I would love to be a part of them.
Yeah, I Little Nightmares is like a like I've seen people play that game. Dude, that game is like it's like really weird almost. It's like uncanny in a way because it's like this little person in a raincoat, right? And it's
Yes.
kind of like a platformer, but like it's 3D-ish. I don't know the proper
Yes.
term game design, but that's what I'm
Uh,
getting off of it.
I think it would still be a platformer, but Yeah,
Yeah.
go on.
That game I remember was like it was really popular back in like 2018. And didn't they just come out with a new one not too long ago?
Not too long ago. I think it was like maybe three. I guess a bit of a long ago. Little Nightmares 2. They made a sequel, and there was also a mobile game, but no one really knows about the mobile game. And they are making a new one that's kind of a spin-off game. I believe it's called Mutiny or something. It's not called Little Nightmares, but it's
Mhm.
something to do with like animals. And instead of humans being deformed, it's gonna be like animals, which is what I'm
So you
really
kind of
looking
just want to
forward to.
like dive in this niche of making or being a part of like like pretty like unique games that you wouldn't really like. They're kind of more like indie in a way, but also just have like their own like unique like flair to them. Like you can't find like another game like it. Is basically what you're aiming for.
Definitely. Just games with that like games where like you don't really feel like any other game you've played.
Yeah,
I think that's really good, dude. I think that's actually like it's a good way to start because like there's no other competition, you know what I mean? If you're the only game that's like that, there's no one better than you in that niche in a way. I think that goes for a lot of other things as well. It could be like TV shows or like literally anything. If
yeah.
you're different from the crowd, you stand out. And that's just like it's just life, I think, for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, look at games like Lethal Company and other game. Deadlocked is definitely was big for that, being the like shooter MOBA, and even just Overwatch. It was the first like quality hero shooter in like a decade.
Yeah, dude. It's kind of crazy. Even you could even have like a game that's like a shooter, like Fortnite and COD and like all those other PUBG, like those shooter games. But if you have something in the game that nothing else has, for example, Fortnite's Battle Pass, once that Battle Pass
Yes.
came out, dude, every game had like a Battle Pass. It
Dude,
could be
I'd
like
say that would
Psalms,
I'd
dude.
say that would ruin the
It was
gaming industry
crazy.
personally. I was too part of
Kind
it.
of, yeah. Fortnite nailed it, but like
Yeah, that's the
these
only game where
other
it's like it needs
games,
one. You know, like
yeah, the other games try to copy it, just didn't really work. I feel like.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And kind of a side note, I don't know like necessarily from like a personal perspective, I don't think the battle passes are like strictly that bad if they're strictly cosmetic. I'm annoyed mainly with the fact that you have to buy the battle pass, otherwise you miss out on the stuff. I don't like limited time exclusive really anything. But what I do like about Fortnite and what the battle pass has done for Fortnite is it has kept people playing, and like they buy the battle pass, oh, I've got to play for this season. It is phenomenal at keeping player attention and therefore lengthening the lifespan of Fortnite itself.
I'm surprised people
Exactly.
still actively play it. And I know that sounds crazy to say, but I just like I can't even force myself to get on. Like I think I've missed the past two battle passes.
Me
And
neither. I haven't played Fortnite in
I
like a
Dude,
year
I
probably.
personally would feel more
same.
motivated. This is like a very there's probably other games that have done this, but like Marvel Rivals, if you buy the battle pass, you can complete it like a year from then, whatever. Like once you buy it, you can complete it whenever. Like that, I feel more inclined to because I can take a break and then like I just got the Wolverine skin from like season one, 1.5. I don't know, but I feel like that's more rewarding to me because I don't feel inclined to stick to one game. I don't know if you guys agree with that.
I mean, I don't really play too many games. Mostly because my Xbox broke. But we used to play Fortnite together. We
Yeah,
used to run Fortnite. But I just after that I never really got back into gaming, especially console gaming. So, dude, the only games I play are like on my phone pretty much. And
Definitely.
like occasionally
Clash
Minecraft.
Royale.
Not anymore, dude. I hate that game.
Brawl Stars.
You know how
I
much
also
money,
hate that game, but I
dude, you
play
know how
that
much
game.
money I blown on that game? I have at least $300 down the drain from that game. It's so pay to win. And even
I'm
when you
still
pay to
free to
win,
play.
it's like, yeah, it's free to play, but pay to win. But even when I paid
Yes.
for it, it's like, once you get to Arena 14, 15, 16, you start losing just because it's like the skill gap is insane once you get up
Yes.
there.
Personally, I'm at Miner's Mine and I run Goblin Cycle.
Dude, I used to have the stupidest deck. I think I had Mega Knight and P.E.K.K.A in the same deck, and everything else was just like a 3 elixir card. I didn't have any strategy. I was just
Yeah.
like, I would play out of emotion. So if I get mad, I would just stop playing. That's how I am. It's like
Yeah.
that's why I'm not a big gamer anymore because it's like I get mad too easily at the game. But yeah, I haven't played Marvel Rivals, so I don't know too much about what Xander was talking about. But it sounds like the battle pass is like a never-ending thing. It's not like limited time,
Yeah.
limited edition like Fortnite, like how Fortnite
The
has it.
it's a little like Fortnite where like you have to buy the battle pass within a certain time, but they don't put a time limit on completing the battle pass. So once a season ends in Marvel Rivals, then in later seasons you'll get like the battle pass currency that you use towards the battle pass. If you complete that season's battle pass, you have extra left over that you can use in earlier battle passes that you haven't completed.
That's actually pretty smart. That's a different way of doing
Yes.
a battle pass than
Yeah.
Fortnite. Fortnite just lights a fire under you and like you gotta go, you gotta get it, or else it's gonna
Yes.
expire and you just wasted all your money. So
Yeah, that's my least favorite thing. That's what I don't like about battle passes is that like from a gaming like from the game perspective, it is a great way of keeping players and like the number one killer of games is just players not feeling motivated to play.
exactly. They have no incentive, that's why. But Fortnite adds that incentive with the battle pass. So
Yes.
and they include so much. There's 100 ranks, like 100 tiers.
Yes.
So it's like you're missing out on 100 things pretty much, which is
And
like to the player that's like, oh crap, let me buy this.
the
So
collabs too. Like I was
and the collabs,
seeing
yeah.
earlier, it's like, oh my gosh, we're getting a Hank Hill skin in Fortnite. I don't like. I have no motivation to play Fortnite, but I want to play as Hank Hill. So they're getting
That's
me.
what the
Yeah,
that's what
that's what they
the
do.
point is. Yeah, it's the point of it. So I think their marketing is like super smart. They have like elite marketing. Who would ever thought of that? I mean, there's games have been around for decades up until that point, and then they just like implemented a groundbreaking what do you
Like
call it?
feature,
Yeah,
just feature.
a
Yeah.
groundbreaking feature that just like changed the whole aspect of gaming since 2018. So I think that's pretty cool.
Not to like steer off topic, but I know like just earlier we were talking about like big happenings like in the past like timeline of your mysterious not mysterious activity would be one way to describe it, but um like just like stemming off that like has there been any like big like per se like events personally? I
You
would
got any kids?
got any kids?
None that I know by name. No, I'm
Crazy.
joking.
That's crazy.
Um, I guess a bunch of stuff happened. Oh, we did really good in esports this year. I'm on the or I was on the esports team in my high school. We managed to get 5 in a row trophies for Mario Kart. We're the 5-time regional champ for the Southwest of the United States. That's pretty
That's
cool.
actually impressive. That's very impressive. I'm surprised. That's great
Yes.
actually. So your
And
love
then,
for gaming has like always been there pretty much.
yeah, it's always been there. I've been playing, like, probably the first game I was playing was Roblox, other than like the phones.
Yeah.
I
I think
remember
that's a lot of people's first game is Roblox, like Minecraft, Terraria.
Project Downfall,
Our whole generation started off like that. Remember that Minion Run game on the
Minion
phone where you had to
Rush.
swipe? Yeah,
Yes,
Minion Rush. I used to play that so much.
yes.
It
Oh,
was
I
really
love
fun.
Angry Birds and my
Oh,
DS. Whoa.
Angry Birds. Everyone
Yes,
played Mario. Like just a bunch of
yes.
games. People played Halo, Overwatch. Like that was
I lo-
just the stuff when we were growing up.
Dude, I love Skylanders personally.
Oh,
Skylanders is
Skylanders
I
so
love
Giant
good.
specifically.
Skylanders.
Dude, I
Dude,
think I
After
still
Skylanders is
have
Trafficking
so
them.
though,
sick.
I'm pretty
after
sure
Trafficking
like
though,
I'm pretty sure I still have my Skylanders from like 2015, 2016ish. It's a
Pokemon.
yeah.
shame they don't
Everyone knows
I
Pokemon.
feel like if they
Pokemon
made a
Go.
new Skylanders game and like remove the whole like toy part, I think you'd do pretty well.
The toys were doing really good though. Like everyone had them.
And it's like their number one moneymaker.
Yeah,
Like
it was at the time. I
it
don't
was
think it
like
is
ten
anymore.
bucks. It was like $10 for, or no, not even. It was like $20 for a single Skylander, and like 30 for like the starter pack.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
I had a big fat Skylanders book about this thick and it had every Skylander in it in the description. And every type.
Oh,
It was
Oh,
so
I think
good.
I
I think
also
I
had the
still
same
have
one.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that chrome covered
Yeah,
book.
yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah, that
I
one. Dude,
was
I used to
always
read that.
studying up for no reason. I don't know why. I
Yeah,
just
dude.
read it out of
Dude,
boredom.
it's
sit
like
up
me and
and then
Doctor Who.
study it, dude. It was crazy.
Yeah, I had one where it was a Doctor Who encyclopedia. I would just
Just like flip through when you're bored as a
yeah,
kid. I
just
mean,
flip through.
I didn't have a phone back then or like any type of electronics, so that's what I would do back then. Like skip through
Yeah,
the books. I was
same.
also a big reader when I was younger. I don't read as much anymore, but dude,
Me
I
neither.
love the Gods of Olympus books. Those are still my favorite books, and I haven't read that in like 5 years, 5 or 6 years.
I remember I remember Amulet. That was like from like 5th grade to 6th grade. I would read up on Amulet. I think I made it to the 8th book. And oh, the freaking Rick Riordan.
Yeah, that's the one. Gods of Olympus. Those are the one. That's the one, dude.
Is it?
I used to
Oh,
have this.
I just the whole series.
Yeah, all of his
Yeah.
books. Percy Jackson, all of them. Did you ever read that, Xander? The Gods of Olympus ones?
No, I read a lot of Diary of the Wimpy Kid though, dude.
Bro, same, dude.
Didn't we all?
Yeah, we
Dude,
all.
I've never been like too much of a book guy. I think like it's kind of like in reverse. Like I think like as I get older, I find more interest in books. Like I'm not like a huge like active reader, but I think just like as I get older, it's like fun to read like in my pastime.
That's how you know
I
you're getting
do.
old, bro. You're going
Yeah, I mean,
backwards now.
I still like, I definitely don't read as much, but also I think I just found my love for video games is more, but I still read quite a bit. One of my favorite books actually is up there. It's in my closet. It's called Life and Death in the Andes, and it's like just a bunch of different little stories about like just different tales about people in the South American Andes Mountains.
Mhm. I wonder if they have a book like that, but for the Appalachian Mountains, because I know there's a lot of stories about that area. A lot of creepy stories about that area. How you're not supposed to really go out at night, and that whistling at
Yes.
night. It's just like it's insane. I hope there's a book for that. I'd read that honestly.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. For Life and Death in the Andes, it was like it follows like a bunch of stories, but what I think is really cool about it is it follows the story of a guy going around and interviewing people about all the stories. So it's from his perspective, and it's like you still get to like kind of feel immersed in the stories, but
Mm.
then you look back at the narrative and it's just like two guys sitting in a fire. I remember the first one was about Pablo Escobar. He was interviewing one of his sons, I believe. And then the second one was about he was just interviewing this other guy and he was talking about how the ancient conquistadors imagined a lake of gold.
They imagined it.
Yes, they were like I
Were
guess
they
not
like,
imagined it, but they were like convinced there was a lake of gold somewhere and that there was like an ancient Mayan like kingdom that would like sacrifice people full of ornate golden like just jewelries and accessories, and at the bottom there would be this like pile of boundless treasure.
well, unfortunately, that isn't the case, but
Yes.
that's definitely a cool one. Imagination, wild imagination. But I think switching gears a little bit, our main topic of the discussion today was Marvel and DC just as a whole. So I think we should go around and say our favorite
Like the
Marvel
current
or
state,
DC character.
or
Just anything you want to talk about. Any bullet point you got, pretty much. But first, I want to go around everyone's favorite character, Marvel and DC, all time favorite. Combine them, all time favorite. If you had to choose one, I think we'll start with Xander.
let's see. Probably for DC, probably Doctor Fate. I think it's a pretty safe option. Um,
Definitely a good option.
knew a lot about him as a kid. Um, pretty cool. Super
What about?
overlooked though. He should be like in the new DC universe at some
Yeah,
point.
he's. I
Yes.
I first discovered him in the 2017 Injustice
Yeah,
game. I used to play that
Yes.
game so much, dude. That's how I discovered. I was like, yo, this guy's actually pretty cool.
yeah.
Dude,
Like
I remember
the
playing
guy. What's
Injustice at
his
Dave and Buster's.
dude? Yeah, they had the computers
Yes.
up, and
Oh
we would all
You
yeah,
got
play
the
them. Yeah.
yeah.
cards.
Yeah, and Microsoft too. Microsoft stores in
Yes.
local malls and stuff. They'd have the computers up, and you could
Yeah.
just it was just open and anyone could play it,
Yeah.
dude, I would definitely still play it if they had still had that.
Yes.
But what is his backstory exactly? Because I'm not too familiar with his whole backstory. Like I know who he is and what he looks like and stuff, but not too familiar on his backstory.
If I remember correctly, I believe it's like the helmet he wears gives him powers. I'm not super tapped into DC at the moment, but I think that's like kind of the main like gist I remember. I'm sure if I
Uh,
like looked back in, I would like
from
remember.
what I remember, oh no, what it is his like mask is like. Have you any of you seen the mask?
Yeah.
Yeah, his helmet is like a mask scenario where, or it's similar to the mask where if you put it on, Doctor Fate himself is is the helmet, and then his body is just whoever is wearing the helmet. So when
Oh, okay,
someone
okay,
puts
okay.
the helmet on, Doctor Fate will take over their body and be Doctor Fate.
Oh, that's actually interesting. It's a really good
Yes.
power. So, what is your favorite DC or Marvel character? If you have to choose one.
Between DC and Marvel.
Yeah, we'll just go between both.
Between. All right. My favorite character is Juggernaut. I love the Juggernaut, and I think he's super untapped and dumbed down into this just like red version of Spider-Man's the Rhino. And I'm so mad about that because he's got like all this backstory that's just not happened, like with the gems of Sidorak and the different like what is it? Like the different I forgot what they called. Like the chosen ones of all the different. There's like a bunch of otherworldly beings that like put an item down that is their like conduit kind of, and then every person that like claims this item is their chosen one, and then they're just like, okay, we'll have our chosen ones fight to see who's the best. And Sidorak put down a gem which Juggernaut or Kane Marco found at some point, and then now he's the Juggernaut because the Sidorak is like rage.
Speaking of rage, one of my favorite characters is Atrocitus, Red
Ah,
Lantern Atrocitus. I don't know too much about him, but I just know that, bro, that guy is crazy. I love the design. I usually just go when I choose a favorite character, it's based off of the design more than the backstory. Because if you look lame, I'm not gonna, you're not cool to me if you look lame. But if you look cool, you can have the worst backstory ever, but you still look cool. So that's what I base it off of. So I like Atrocitus for that. But if you had to choose a DC character now, what would be your choice?
DC. I don't know. I definitely know more about Marvel than I do DC, but I got really into at one point one of my friends asked me if I could like be open to he was doing like a sort of alternate universe kind of like fan Batman movie, and he asked if at some point in the future I would be willing to voice Scarecrow. So I got really into Scarecrow and I kind of grown really attached to him at the moment.
That's a good shout, actually. I actually like Scarecrow a lot.
Yeah.
Again, because he
He's
looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
he
So
looks so cool. And
he
he's
looks
got
really
like
cool.
cool he's like I really love his like the chemical warfare aspect of him.
Yeah. Doesn't he work with isn't it like a fear aspect? Kind of like Batman, but not really. He goes
Yes.
based off of fear, right? If you're scared, then you're just done pretty much.
Yes. Or well, Scarecrow, I mean, he just looks cool. So that's
Yeah,
also one
yeah,
of the
that
reasons why
too.
I like him. But his backstory is like he was in a really abusive family and then his like father would absolutely like he would weaponize fear and talk to him about how he would weaponize fear. This is all from memory, by the way. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But his father would like talk to his son about weaponizing fear, and then he took that with him as he grew into adulthood, and with all his like family trauma he started lording over the fear aspect of just controlling people.
That's actually a really cool character background design, I think. Pretty creative. Cause yeah, like I said, it's kind of like a spin-off of Batman, where it's like instead of learning and like knowing about fear, it's like how Batman's kind of like live in the shadows, where it's like the criminals are kind of like, okay, I don't want to commit this crime because Batman's gonna catch me and kill me. I'm not kill you, but hurt me really bad, and I'm gonna end up going to jail. So that's like the incentive for Batman. But for Scarecrow, like you said, he just kind of enforces it on them instead of looming it over them. I think that's a
Yes.
good way of putting it.
I
Like
like
Batman
to
looms the fear over them.
every time I think about it, I always think of back to the Bane movie or the Bane quote. You were merely born in the dark.
Oh yeah,
Or what
yeah.
is that? You
I
merely
just watched
adopted the
that movie.
dark. I
Yeah,
was
I just
born in
watched that
it.
movie.
Oh, Bane's also another one. Bane is definitely up there.
I actually think Batman has the best villains.
He's got he's got all the best villains. The Penny
Definitely top
Plunderer,
3.
bro. Calendar
Dude,
Man.
yeah, Calendar Man, the Riddler, bro. Everybody, he's got everybody.
Condiment Man.
What are your
Condiment
guys'
Man,
thoughts on? What are
is
your
that
guys'
real?
thoughts? Yeah,
Yeah.
in the Lego
He
Batman
was in the
movie.
Lego Batman
Yeah,
movie.
that's just I have this. I had like one of the Lego Batman movie sets, and I had a Condiment Man like minifigure. I don't know what happened to it, but
I had a Calendar Man minifigure, dude. That was my favorite one. His cape was just a bunch of numbers. I
yeah.
remember. And he's
Yeah.
red. That was definitely my favorite one. But what was your question, Xander?
What are your guys' thoughts on like the current state of like Marvel and DC like in a whole, like games, TV shows, movies, comics?
I'll let
Uh,
Anderson
the
go first.
the James Cameron verse definitely looks promising. I have not seen the Batman movie, or no, the Batman movie, the Superman movie, like in its entirety. But from what I have seen, and like I've seen other content about it, Mister Terrific looks awesome, and I'm so glad James Cameron is bringing
James
light to
Gunn?
some of those lesser. Was I saying James Cameron this
Yeah.
whole time? James Gunn. Sorry, James Gunn has been bringing light to like all these new minor characters that not very many people have seen. So from what they know about, like, I feel like it's the perfect way to go because people already know about DC and like the Flash and Aquaman, and they already have these preconceptions about them that are very negative,
Yeah.
judging from the previous state of DC. And with James Gunn being able to bring these new faces to light, we're able to see like a new side of DC without any of those like negative, lasting thoughts, lasting opinions.
I actually think that's the new shift in Marvel and DC is like shedding light on the minor characters, because
Yeah.
like you said, there's so many movies about Batman, Aquaman, the Flash, Captain America, the Avengers, all of that. It's like it's like people know about it already, so they can't keep remaking movies in new universes. So I'm gonna use this as an example. Batman 2022, dude. Who knew about the Riddler? I mean, I knew about him, but he's never been in a movie like a big movie like blockbuster
Well,
like
the
that.
way they did his
So when they
character was also like super good. I mean, they turned him like
yeah,
it was like the best. I have to say, it's the best like live action Riddler we've ever seen. There's been like a few others, but
it
Hundred
is
hands
undoubtedly.
down.
like
Yeah.
absolutely the best. Like from what I remember, like when I watched it in theaters, like I was actually scared. Like at some points, like just the
Yeah,
dialogue and like the way like he presented himself, like it was like super good.
dude, I'm
Yeah.
excited to see like if they. I hope they do, and I hope they do it good. But I will definitely say this is not the Riddler we know from the comics. Just because I love the new demented version of the Riddler, where it's like dark and gritty, and like he still has those green tones. But I really want to see him turn into like his goofy Riddler self while still being such a terrifying character.
Maybe you know how he's in prison since the last movie? I think maybe it'll drive him crazy, or he'll get like laughing gas from the Joker, and then it'll turn into that Riddler we all know, where he's giddy and like he's like really insane, but not in like a Joker way type of insane. He's his own
Yes.
insane instead of being so dark and
Yeah.
mysterious like that. But I do think they really nailed the aspect of like dark, mysterious, unknown
Yes.
figure in the shadows,
I would.
looming above everybody. So
Yeah.
it's just
I
like
would love to
perfect for me.
see a comic accurate Hitler or Hitler. A comic.
Whoa.
I would love to see a comic accurate Riddler in the movies, but I would be perfectly fine. I would be happy just continuing to see more of what we have.
Dude, bro, you can't say that, bro. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. That was like the worst possible name you could have said, bro.
Uh,
That's insane. Oh my god.
I definitely
Jeez,
think though
dude.
there's like a fine line they gotta tread between like the Riddler and the Joker because they can become
Oh
like
yeah,
very
for
similar
sure.
characters. So they have to like make them unique. I think what they have right now, we haven't seen the Joker in like the new Batman universe yet, but maybe we'll see the development of them being like pretty distinct characters, not just like, oh well, they're both insane and they both like they're it's like they can't be like two sides of the same coin, if that makes any sense.
I think the
Two
difference
Face.
the main difference is like you got the Riddler, who's like a huge mastermind. Like all these riddles and these traps and these like confusing aspects that were set throughout the movie, versus someone like the Joker, who's kind of like takes things more like the Riddler never fought Batman. They never had like a fight scene. The closest they got was the Riddler being arrested in jail, and
Yes.
the glass
Like
boarding in that scene, where he's like bombs the walls and all the floods come in. That's like the closest we saw them interact. Other than that, it was just like all right, I'm gonna put a riddle out for you, you gotta solve it to get to me type of thing. But he had like a huge mastermind game plan. Whereas the Joker is like, okay, I'm gonna physically fight you sometimes, but I'm gonna drive you insane at the same time. So he's not so much in the shadows, like in that what is that? Remember the last Joker movie with Heath Ledger? That was the last
no,
one.
the one before that.
Oh, it was the one before that where they were in the building and he actually showed up and like
Yes.
he was there in flesh. The Riddler would
No,
never do that.
I killed the bus driver.
Yeah, the Riddler would never
Yeah.
do that type of thing. They never rob
Yes.
banks or anything. So I think that's the fine line where it's like DC knows we can't cross that line. Like the Riddler would never drive a bus into a bank. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yes. I
So
also
that's the aspect.
like like the what I forgot. If the way the current Riddler is like working his way to be like as a character, I think the Riddler is definitely going to be more of like man behind the computer, like behind the scenes kind of guy, and I love that. But also, I personally would not mind seeing him take up like kind of the mantle of like the way the Joker is as a villain, because if in all the previous like Batman iterations, the Joker has absolutely stolen the show, unless he was like not in there entirely, which is a route I personally think DC could go through. That would be kind of viable. People would be mad about it, but I would be
Dude,
very
even
like, oh,
even when the
sorry.
Joker isn't the main protagonist or antagonist in the movie, he still gets talked about so much.
I know.
Like, you remember at the end of the Batman movie, they showed the Joker, or didn't show him, but you know it's the Joker
Yeah.
from the way he talks and his hair and the green hair. Like,
Yeah,
everyone on YouTube was talking about that. I saw so many theories after. It's like, where's the Riddler theories? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even when
I
he's not
know.
in the spotlight, he's still stealing the show. That's how big of a
Yeah,
character he
Well, I
is.
think also
yeah,
is because people are more concerned about if like this Joker will like live up to the hype, because the last Joker, Jared Leto, was terrible, and the one before that, Heath Ledger, was great. So everybody, I think, like myself included, is hoping that we at least get a good Joker. And obviously, I don't want like the whole trope of like Batman versus Joker. Also, it cannot be like you can't avoid it that well because it's such like a like
Iconic. It's really iconic.
they're like a duo
yeah,
basically. Like they're pretty much
Yeah.
like a duo, like synonymous, right? But obviously, I think what they did with the first movie, kind of like straying away from that, was good, and not just like dumping Joker in there. But I do want them to focus on bringing like Robins into live action, like Tim Drake,
Mm.
Dick Grayson. Like I want that.
Nightwing?
yes.
Dude,
Yeah,
imagine having a Nightwing, a live action Nightwing.
like we
You know how
want the
sick that
I
would
would
be?
Robins.
love him.
Dude, with the electric sticks,
Yeah,
that'd be crazy. I
I
think
would say they might have to
they
like
definitely did
wait
a
a
great
minute though
job. Yeah, they would have to
they
wait. They
definitely
before
should
have
at
they,
to
least
wait.
develop
because
Robin
Yeah,
first.
yeah,
because
like right
wasn't
now,
like the
If
first
you
Batman movie
remember,
like year two or whatever.
yeah, or not the first Batman movie, but like the one with the Riddler. That was like supposed to be brand new Batman. Like he just barely took up the mantle,
Yeah,
really
yeah,
new
he's
to the
so young.
job.
He's
Yeah,
really young in that movie.
so we'd have to either they'd have to do a really massive time skip, or we would have to like wait a
Oh,
moment.
dude.
And I would
I
rather
hope they
wait a
don't I
moment.
hope they don't do a time skip, dude.
Yeah,
That would suck. Because I didn't really like old Batman like Ben Affleck. Christian Bale was really good. But Ben
Christian
Affleck,
Bale was awesome.
I didn't like Ben Affleck that much. He like when he was Batman in his Batman suit, his voice was too deep. Like it's like
yeah.
unnatural almost. It just sounds like in a way kind of corny.
I
Like you're
also think
forcing
Yeah,
just the whole like DC, what was it, DCEU universe, just like it sucked. I mean, Wonder
that
Woman
movie wasn't that good.
acting horrible, Batman, Batman like Superman with like the like Henry Cavill Superman, great actor, but like nowhere near the values of like actual
yeah.
Superman.
The only two I think they
Aquaman.
nailed are Aquaman and Batman.
You know
Those
what's
were
even
really good.
like
Yeah,
even more dumb? Like they killed the universe because The Rock wanted to play Black Adam. He was like, I want to be the face of the universe. And
Yeah.
The Rock has this whole contract where it's like his character
He
has to
can't lose
win.
a fight.
The Black Adam has never not he's a cool character, but Black Adam has never been the face of the DC universe ever. And The
Never.
Rock wants to become like that's what the main reason it died.
Not even that, but also another contract he has in his clause is that he can't lose a fight.
Yeah, exactly.
What's fun about watching a superhero that you know is gonna win when there's like nothing else to the
Yeah.
character?
Like,
Like
Black
we
Adam,
still
like-
have yet to build a narrative, but we can't build a narrative if there's no struggle.
Like he's a strong character, but Black Adam like he can get like he's not like super strong. And
Dude,
the
Black
whole
Adam would
movie,
get rolled by Superman, bro.
exactly.
Everyone
like,
knows this.
100%.
He can't. He would lose to Cyborg, in my opinion. But he can't like.
I don't know.
He
No,
can't.
I don't know that much about Black Adam, but doesn't he also get soloed by Shazam?
yeah,
Isn't
he
that like
does.
kind of the whole thing?
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
So having you, that's so selfish to say as well because you're impacting the whole timeline. If Black Adam never loses a fight, it just goes down the drain. Like what? It doesn't make any sense to me. They shouldn't have casted him.
Yeah.
Like The Rock is a great actor by all means, but they shouldn't have casted him as a.
I think The Rock just needs to stick to playing like the big buff guy in jungle movies. Like that's like his main.
Yeah, Jumanji.
Yeah, he needs to.
Jumanji, bro. You're
He
really
either
good in
needs
that
to
movie.
change it up or stick to comedy. Actually, this brings us to two actors who I love, both DC and Marvel. First up, David Bautista did an amazing job with Drax. Still the same wrestler, but none of that, oh, I can't lose clause. And he actually took his acting seriously. I don't know if you guys seen Knock at the Cabin Door, but like that was an amazing film. And like heck, Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy, he's still dumbed down to that like wrestler mentality. Like he's
Wasn't-
still dumbed down. He's like,
wasn't he
oh, he's the
also
big
in
buff
Dune?
guy.
If I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, he was what's it? He was the brother to
He was
Darn
the
it.
brother to Fade,
forget.
right?
He was the son of David Harkonnen, I believe. Yes, he was the brother, or he was the cousin to Fade Ralpha,
Oh yeah.
son of David Harkonnen, because Fade Ralpha is the nephew of David Harkonnen, I believe.
I just know the
David,
two were
Duke
related.
Harkonnen, David Harkonnen. Yeah. And then also the main one, John Cena's Peacemaker. Please do more of that. DC.
Peacemaker was so good.
That
I
was
hope
awesome.
it's like a far fetched, but I really hope they can find a way to bring. I want Grant Gustin's Flash into the new DC universe. I want Peacemaker maybe incorporated back into there. I mean, like just recast it, maybe do a bit of like retconning. But since like the whole universe like prior to that is dead, I really want to see John Cena back in there, but mainly Grant Gustin because Ezra Miller, I don't think he can handle.
Dude, Ezra
They-
Miller is kind of
dude,
insane, dude.
dude, he's
Didn't
been
he have
a-
a bunch of
That was
crazy,
Yeah, dude.
crazy controversies.
Yeah,
over
like
the past
kidnapping
few years.
people, like all
Yeah,
this
that's
stuff,
crazy.
like
the Flash.
Yeah.
Can't-
Bro is not embodying the Flash mentality, bro. You're not a villain, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, you're supposed to save people.
we
but-
should cast Ezra Miller as Reverse Flash.
Oh, he turns into a reverse Flash with all the allegations and all the controversies.
Yeah.
And stuff. I actually think they did pretty good on the. Not terrible. It could have been better, but they didn't do bad on all that Flash stuff with Ezra Miller. I think he was a pretty decent actor.
it was
They
good
made
from
him
the
kind of
start.
Funny in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good from the
Like, he's
start,
not
but
Too serious. He had the perfect amount of comedy. Kind of like Spider-Man in a way, but not as goofy. Still pretty funny.
Yeah.
Though. I think he did. He was one of the best actors in the Injustice or Justice League movie. I really liked him in that movie. Same with Aquaman.
Yeah,
Ben
it's just
Affleck-
like
Bro,
like the actor versus
I
the
cannot
like art,
stress.
or what's
Yeah,
it, the
yeah,
artist versus the art. Like he
They
did
have
really,
to-
he did okay in the Justice League movie. Like he did all right in the Justice League movies, but him in real life needs to chill out.
Yeah, exactly. So separate the artist from the art is the thing you're trying to go for. I think.
yeah.
That's another
So,
thing. You said this
He's
before,
really good. Yeah.
but
He's
Jason
really good
Momoa
at
as
playing
Aquaman.
Flash.
Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I think Jason Momoa is like an awesome Aquaman. I just blame the writers for the Aquaman movie.
Yeah.
If like he had an actual team that cared about like providing an actual story and not just, oh, let's cast Jason Momoa and rake in the money, then I think he would
Yeah.
do really well.
What are your
He
guys'
did-
thoughts
he
on
did really good
the
even for the script.
What are your
Yeah.
guys' thoughts on the current state of Marvel? Since we're kind of like on that topic.
Dude, I
Um,
kind of feel like after Endgame, it kind of I think it's pretty obvious it kind of went downhill because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iron Man died, and they're trying to bring him back
Yeah.
now. I don't think it's a great
Well,
look.
I
I
have
don't like it
only
that much.
watched the only piece of Marvel media I've watched is the Loki show and some other movie. I don't remember. I am gonna watch the new Fantastic Four movie because I think that has potential to be
Yes.
good. But I have not had motivation to keep up personally. They drop too much shows that are like varying quality. The only like stuff I'm
Yeah,
like, really excited for is the Fantastic Four movie and then like Secret Wars and Doomsday. That's it.
Yeah.
yeah, they're trying to bring
Then
back uh Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, I don't get
I'm gonna
that.
be honest. I
I think that
haven't
was a big
been.
mistake removing
Yeah,
him.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't been like that in touch with Marvel just because like in terms there's the MCU just because it's like it's the MCU. What are you gonna expect from them?
yeah,
But I have been keeping track of the Fantastic Four. I love the casting of the Fantastic Four, and I cannot wait. I
yeah,
do. I'm really annoyed because Chris Evans was a great Human
Yeah,
Torch, but I know they can't do it because he's Captain America, or he was Captain America.
yeah. I mean,
yeah. I don't know. I watched the new Captain America movie. I mean, he's good. What's that guy's name? The new guy,
oh,
Hawkeye.
I
I don't
know,
know.
I
Oh,
know.
you mean Thunderbolts, right?
No,
No, no,
the new Captain
the new
America.
Captain
I know
America.
it right off.
What's his real
It's
name?
the guy who's always smirking. I
Oh, the Falcon.
no, like
Yeah, but what's his real name? The actor.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Falcon. He's a decent Captain America, but he's not iconic.
yeah,
Chris Evans, was a really good Captain America. Like,
Yeah.
there's no replacing that. He's been through for like a decade now. I think they made multiple mistakes.
yeah,
Endgame was a great Infinity
That's
War
another
Endgame.
thing.
That
The
was a great
Falcon
movie.
is another character with such like like he's just he's the guy with wings. That's how the MCU treated him. They did not give him any depth of like actual character really, or from
Right?
what I've
Yeah.
seen. He's
yeah.
just he's our obligatory black actor and he's got wings.
I think
Yeah, pretty much.
I think
That's what
outside
he
of the
felt. He felt
MCU,
like just some diversity.
yeah. But I think outside of the MCU, it's doing pretty well. I mean, like games wise, we have Rivals. Debate with that if
Mm.
you will. I think it's doing okay, except they nerfed Spider Man. But um, Rivals, they have that one like card game or whatever, and they have the new fighting game come out,
Marvel
which is
Snap.
yeah, the new fighting game, which is gonna be pretty cool. Um, I don't read comics, but I assume that's doing well. What do you guys think?
You know what's kind of crazy actually? What I just realized just now is that back in like 2017, before 2020, DC would focus on the games more. Like you had Injustice and Injustice 2, those were going crazy. While before 2020, Marvel is more focusing on movies. I think the narrative and the script has flipped in a
Yeah,
way. Because now you've got DC,
Yes.
everyone's waiting for the new Batman 2. You've got a bunch of other movies you can make. And
Heck,
then
we even got James Gunn. They
yeah,
literally just
you
took the
got
same. It's the
they
same
have
director.
they have so many options right now for movies they could make. So I'm really excited for what they can do with that. And then you got Marvel, who's like Xander said, I think from what I've seen, Marvel Rivals is a pretty good game. I don't know if you guys agree with me on that,
it
but I think it's a pretty good
It's.
game.
I would say
But it's
it's.
better than the
I
movies
would
right
say
now.
it's pretty all right. I mean, it's just suffering from the same thing Overwatch is, but I feel like it would be ignorant to say Overwatch is not a pretty great game.
Yeah, for back then
Like
Overwatch was
over,
really popular.
yeah.
yeah, Overwatch is. It's even really popular now. Like, there's been so much going on with it that people don't like it, but in terms of quality, it's still like really good.
Right.
Same thing with Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, I mean, both games, I mean, any like competitive shooter is going to have the issue of complaints and whatever. I mean,
I think all games
Balancing.
have that.
like tiny
All games
example,
Yeah.
always
yeah.
gonna be complainers.
Like the tiny like they nerfed Spider-Man because so many streamers were complaining about it. And then I feel like the developers just forgot like the character you need to like put like actual time into the character to be like good. And then they removed the part of like the reward. So now like I can be good at the character and I can't kill anybody. Like I'm just like a mosquito in the air. Like they ruined his entire
Yeah.
character. And it sucks because like you got these characters like you they're playing it they're like they buff all these characters that take notes like someone in Ireland could play them like super brain dead characters and they buff them to the moon and then they nerf like all of dive which is like arguably the hardest like subclass to play so I don't know what they're really thinking with that. I hope they like do some changes but I do not think any game should be rewarding like people who play bad characters that like are broken because is not fun.
I think what's going on with that is Marvel Rivals is definitely experiencing some of that like brand new balancing issues of just like a class-based game kind of,
Yeah.
because you have tanks, you have DPS and support. All three of them have their own vision as what they want the game to be, and they're all like drastically different if you compare them to one another and really look at them. And even within them, you have brawl comps, dive comps, poke comps, and even more with Marvel Rivals, I think, because you have the different ults and different synergies. It
Yeah.
just gets like to point where they've taken on so much that they will be in this awkward position for at least another like year or two, in my opinion, before they finally settle
Yeah.
down.
And what's even worse is that they fucked up dive so much. Dude, the new Phoenix character that came out, that's the only character I've been playing because if I even think of getting on Spider-Man or a character I like playing, I don't know, I like playing like high energy characters. This new Phoenix character is basically an upgraded Hela, but with like burst damage. All I do is just sit and like all I do is just go like that and I get kills. Like that to me is not super fun. And they have pushed it to just this very small niche of players. I don't know who they're appealing to, but it's this very weird niche of like not giving a shit about this other half of their community. Like I have 100 hours on Spider-Man. I basically just got fucked. I got fucked from across the ocean. And I don't know, dude. Like they just completely ruined all the work I put in the character.
Yeah. I mean, even like Spider-Man, like dive characters and those different kinds of characters in the games, like they'll never be great. And like that's just a balancing issue.
Yeah.
It never feels good as like a support or even like as a tank to get one shot from across the map or just like pulled off for no reason. But even then, Spider-Man are still players, and I don't have nearly as much time as Spider-Man as you, but like I've played Hulk a little bit, played Venom quite a bit, and I've played Spider-Man uh just a little bit, but like I've played Spider-Man before and I still see the appeal of that character. Taking away that high burst damage is just neutering the character and the
Yeah.
mobility too. Like what they did with Iron Fist, bro.
Dude, they ruined Iron Fist because they made him basically
Yeah,
just like an upgraded Wolverine. I mean, if like Wolverine
I
gets banned,
know.
it's just Iron Fist. And like,
Number one draw to Iron Fist was that B hop, the movement, and
yeah,
they stripped the movement.
like they ruined that. Um, they ruined dive. They messed up like the whole like it's super reliant on support and like a very like niche group of tanks. I had to like play Groot as a solo tank earlier today. Like I just wanted to like get off the game because it sucks.
Yeah.
I actually think back to the movie aspect. Um, Emerson Brown, Spider-Man, and Venom. I think that was a really good move by Marvel. I think they need to
Oh,
do.
yes.
This might be a hot take, but I think they should focus more on Spider-Man because Tom Holland's really young. He's still young right now. He still looks like a. They can still make him look like a teenager. So while they can do that, have him maybe do his senior year of high school or freshman year in college, and then some other Marvel villain versus him. I think that'd be really cool. Maybe he goes overseas or whatever, and they introduce like a. I'm not too tapped into Marvel
Yeah.
and the villains, the small villains, but like we said earlier, put a spotlight on some of the minor villains and
I
make
mean,
that a huge thing.
Well,
like
So
we
I
isn't
got
think that'd be a really good
Mysterio.
idea.
yeah,
Mysterio was a great one. We
well,
could get
Yeah.
the Rhino too. We have not seen the Rhino at
Hobgoblin,
all in
Hobgoblin, possibly.
Or Gorilla Grodd. They could do another Gorilla
Gorilla.
Grodd. That was in.
That's
Oh
DC.
wait, shit. Wait, no, not Gorilla God. Some other
That's
guy.
DC.
What's his name? He's a monkey. Not Gorilla Grodd.
Whoa.
I don't remember. I don't remember his name, but like you said, the Rhino would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because I got the Flash and
Yeah.
Spider-Man both funny, quirky, so I got that mixed up. But it's another
Yeah.
guy.
And even we got a
I
lot
don't
of them
remember his
too,
name.
like Electro. We got a lot of the reminder of what could be with was it No Way Home?
Yeah, but I think that'd be a really good idea. Just focus on Spider-Man for now. See where that goes.
Yeah,
That's their next
do.
big star because Iron Man and Captain America just flop.
Yes.
They're dead.
I
They can't
am
recreate that.
kind of afraid though, because like we already have 3 Spider-Man movies. I definitely would like to see Spider-Man as like kind of the new like headway of like, oh, this is the Spider-Man movie. This is the movie to watch if you're wanting to like keep up with the MCU. But also I want them to branch out definitely a lot more. And they did just end the Venom series as well, so it would be very lame if they brought the Venom back.
What I'm
Yeah,
worried
that's true.
about is
Yeah.
they said like the Spider-Man 4 movie will not be like a grounded story, like just Spider-Man and people around him. It's gonna be like a multiverse movie. I am done with multiverse movies until
Yeah,
Secret
same.
Wars.
I don't like that.
I don't care because the whole thing with multiverse is that it makes like no stakes. Like imagine if they put the
Yes.
multiverse in Star Wars and they just brought back Anakin. I would shoot whoever. I would like I.
Whoa, whoa. No, but the reason they have multiverse is because it's easier for the directors to
Yeah.
like make up plots and stuff. Like they can just get away with
Yeah.
anything.
Like it's
'Cause,
such like
it's a multiverse.
it was cool the
Like,
first
I think
time,
it's a really
but
bad
now
idea.
it's like it's getting so overused. I mean, I really hope they don't just like suck it dry until like Secret Wars, because the whole thing for Secret Wars is like the reboot of the universe, and it's supposed to be this huge like cinematic thing, and it's not gonna feel the same if we already had all the stuff before. Like I don't want another Spider-Man multiverse movie. We just had that in No Way Home. I do not care about whatever. I want to see like him like try and like get back with MJ, Ned Leeds, whatever. Like try and like do all that local stuff in New York. I don't care about the universe. I probably won't watch the movie if it's that.
You know what I want is just like I'm sick of the reason I'm sick of the multiverses is just like namely because they like make those convoluted plots and stuff. But another reason I hate it is because they've like gotten this misconception that everything needs to be related because it worked so well with like Infinity War and Iron Man and all that stuff. But look at Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse is like the most hype movie of 20 whenever the first one came out, and then 2024 it was the most hyped thing, and it has almost nothing to do with actual Marvel universes,
Yeah.
even though it technically is Sony. There's nothing stopping them from just making a separate content. There's nothing stopping them from just making separate content, and that could also just be even more cool. Like
Yeah.
Deadpool. Deadpool has hardly any grounds in the actual Marvel universe, and people love those films because they're not bound by any of that multiversal
Yeah.
rule stuff.
Well, the
This is
good
another
thing
one they
that
could do more.
I do like how they use the multiverse to officially bring Deadpool into the MCU. He's still not officially in the universe, but
Yeah.
like he'll find his way back there. And same with the Fantastic Four. I mean, I think this I think like a part of the movie is in the home universe and then you get transported to the MCU universe. I don't know. I'll see when we watch
Yeah,
it, but
I don't know what happens in the new Fantastic.
yeah.
I know the Silver Surfer got. Would it be gender swap? Does he have a gender?
No,
I
I
don't know.
think the Silver Surfer is entirely like the people are calling it a gender swap, but it's like a different version of the Silver Surfer. So
Yeah,
there's
because there
still
are female Silver Surfers.
Yeah.
He's not the only Silver Surfer. So like I don't know what's going on. It could be a gender swap,
Yeah.
and it is just female Silver Surfer. But it also could just be a whole
Yeah.
nother one. Or does he even have a gender, and it's just he chose to look like that?
Yeah, I personally, I think the movie's gonna be good. Galactus looks great. I mean, the
I
casting is
guess.
pretty good. Pedro Pascal, I was a bit worried about, but I think as I've like seen the trailers and stuff, I definitely think he can pull it off.
I knew he was going to be good as Mr. Fantastic. The thing I'm afraid about for Pedro Pascal is please don't end up being The Rock / Aquafina / Chris Pratt.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't want to see Pedro Pascal as every co-star / star of every film.
they're definitely overplaying him. He was good in The Last of Us. The Last of Us stuff sucks, but I mean, like, he was good there. Um, but I don't want him to be like played too much because he is a good actor, but I think he's already getting to the point of like being overrated. I mean, people were already like saying like, "Oh, I'm not gonna watch the movie because they had all these good options and they cast this guy." I mean, it's not like a
Yeah.
terrible casting, but
Like he should definitely I think they just need to give smaller roles to those cameos.
yeah,
Well,
He did great, and I will say he also does great in comedy movies. I would not mind if he just stepped back from like action movies and like action thrillers, like The Last of Us and stuff, and if he just went back to whatever the one he did with Nick Cage, that would be really fun.
a little topic switch. Not really topic switch, but like do you guys think Deadpool and Spider-Man could ever collide? Do you think they could ever make a movie out of that?
oh, 100%.
It would have to be a
Whereas,
Deadpool
like,
movie.
We've seen traces
I
of it in
am
the
a
comics.
believer that every single Deadpool, unless it's like a cameo or a reference, every single Deadpool film should be a Deadpool film, so they don't have to age like restrict
Yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly. But I think they could have like maybe Deadpool gets hired to kill Spider-Man, and then they just clash like that. That'd be pretty
Yes.
cool. But I think that's definitely a possibility. That might be the move for them, honestly. As of right now, for Marvel to like, in case Secret Wars, like Xander said, no one wants to see another multiverse film. We have so many of that already.
Yes.
All that stuff was like 2019 stuff. That was groundbreaking 2019. It is 2025. If Secret Wars fails, do a Deadpool and Spider-Man movie. I think that could easily bring all the
I
fans
think
back
with
because that's something we've
yeah,
never seen before. Those two
yeah.
characters have never interacted. If
They have in the comics like brief moments
yeah,
if I remember correctly, but I mean Secret
never in a
Wars is
movie
just
though.
like I think Secret Wars is like the end of the MCU like as we know it. Like it's kind of just like a full reboot. They can bring back Iron Man, whatever after that. I don't know.
But then that begs the question, like, what's after that? Like, what's next? They kind of just made another Endgame in a way.
X
It's
Men
like another
movies.
Yeah.
ending. Yeah. What's next for
I think they just gotta
MCU
like start like
after Secret Wars?
reintroducing the X Men and things like that because that
What I think.
obviously was
Oh,
tapped in earlier. But yeah, what were you saying?
yeah. Sorry, I definitely think they should do the X-Men, but like if we think back to like the original Marvel movies, the ones that made them popular, if we look back at like Thor, Iron Man, Captain America,
Right.
the one thing they all had in common was that the only reference they had that they were in the same universe was references. None of them ever really interacted
Yeah.
with one another
Exactly.
until Age of
Until they
Ultron.
did.
Or no, until
Yeah.
Avengers. And like
Yeah.
that was the perfect way to do that was they built hype for the characters, then they brought them into the universe, and by then they had like an actual coherent
Yeah,
story for them to follow.
I
I
think
want
it'll be
them
a
to do that
pattern.
again. Yes.
Like
And
you
like
remember, you know
even
how they
oh,
built up. They had like Captain America, Thor, and they had everything else. All that, and then Avengers, and then you had Endgame, and then it just went back down after that. Right now, we're on the decline. In a couple of years, maybe like a decade or something, we'll be on the uprise again, and they'll start figuring things out, maybe, and putting together a whole new multiverse, like you said. Even though we're tired of multiverse movies, since
yeah.
they're introducing a multiverse, gonna bring Iron Man back, Captain America, everybody, put them back, redo the whole thing, and then they'll just be on the uprise again, climbing.
Yeah. I want them to treat them more like collab movies than like the actual movies.
Yeah,
Whereas
pretty
like
much.
Avengers was like a celebration. It's like you guys love all these different guys. Now here's them all together.
Yeah,
Celebrate because this is super awesome. All these guys are sick and now they're all together.
and then it was
If
like, okay, wait, the
yeah,
fans really like this. Let's keep going with this. And then the boom, 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 bunch of movies after that. So that's what they need to
yes,
do again. And I think that's what DC is trying to do right now.
yeah,
Because they introduced
yes,
Batman. After Batman 2, I don't know what they're gonna do, but I and they had Man of Steel just recently. So I'm pretty sure
yeah.
that's the same universe, isn't it? Man of Steel and
It is. Yeah,
2022
it's the
Batman.
James.
Yeah,
Or I'm
so
pretty sure,
dude,
like the
they're
James
definitely
Gunniverse.
gonna do something. Yeah, they're
And
definitely gonna do
that's
something with
also
that.
what I like about that is we got Mr. Terrific in Man of Steel. Like we got a ton of other characters in Man of Steel, but they had nothing to do together. If they are in the same universe, that's exactly what I've been saying is that like they've stayed separate, then there's going to be a collab, then it will be really hype when it does happen and it's not going to be like expected.
Right. Yeah. So that's what they're doing right now. And I think that's really good. I think that's why DC's on the uprise right now and Marvel's on the downside. I don't think they can ever be at the top at the same time.
yeah.
Just because of the colliding fan bases and colliding movies. It just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
So
I do also definitely think there's you mentioned this earlier that like video games versus movies. Marvel's definitely picked up their slack on the video games
oh
like with
yeah,
Marvel
for sure.
Rivals and I'm really excited for Marvel Token. That's the new fighting game that's going to come out in like Marvel Snap. But then DC fell off when it comes to video games. Suicide Squad game was utter dog
Bruh.
shit,
I haven't even heard of
so
that.
bad. And Injustice 2 was more of the same Injustice.
Yeah,
Like
it was good
it
until it
was like
wasn't.
it was
Everyone
good,
got
but
tired of
it
it.
was no different. It
Yeah,
was
pretty much.
like
Better
just
graphics, more
yes.
characters, like limited time characters. That's pretty much all they had to
Like
offer.
there was nothing else from compared to the original. It was pretty much just a DLC.
Yeah, but they just called it Injustice 2.
Yeah.
I think that's also why it made it so popular, because everyone's like, "Oh, this is the second version. It's gonna be so good," and it was up until a couple of years later, where everyone's like, "Yo, this is actually just the same thing."
Yeah.
And then that's when DC started shifting their their
focus
the word?
towards
They're
movies.
focused on movies. Yeah, exactly. So I think that's a really good idea by them, and they're on the uprise, like I said again.
Yes.
But
I mean, they've
what?
had like one mishap, and that
Well,
being
yeah, pretty
the
much.
Joker
Being so
musical.
slow. That one wasn't. Wait, the Joker musical.
The Joker musical.
With Lady Gaga.
The Joker
What?
musical. The one with Yeah, the Joker musical.
I need to look this up
Did you?
real quick.
Yeah.
The Joker musical. Oh my God! What is this?
Yeah. This was the Heath Ledger film I was talking to you about.
This was last
That's
year.
why I was like, "Oh, this is the first one, not the second
Yeah.
Heath
Okay.
Ledger
Okay.
film."
Okay. Well, the Joker 2019 was pretty good. That
Yes,
was
the
really
Joker
good movie.
2019 was really
That
good.
had the same type of aura as Batman 2022. Almost the
Yes.
same thing. But they can't combine them because it's like that was years ago. The Joker was like 30 years
Yeah.
before the Batman. So
I mean, I definitely don't want them to combine it either. I think a Joker reboot
yeah,
is exactly what we need.
especially after that movie, that was a really good movie.
Yes.
I
That
think
and
that's
that closed off the Joker so well,
speaking of
in
close
my
offs,
opinion.
I think that's a great place to end it. You know, we've gone over an hour now, so you don't want it to be too long. We try and keep it between an hour and 15
Yeah.
Yeah.
ish on there. So I think that's a really good episode. I hope the people watching or listening enjoyed. I think this was probably our best episode yet.
Yeah,
And
honestly.
I think I speak for me and Xander when we say we would love to have you back on the show at some point.
I would
Yeah.
love to be back.
Whenever you're not
Hopefully when we
ignoring
have
us.
our other co-hosts back, that'd be pretty cool.
I'm
next
lurking.
time.
I'm always lurking.
Yeah, always lurking. But yeah, any final statements you guys want to make? Any last remarks about, school, college, video games, DC, Marvel, anything you guys want to say?
Not
I'm
personally.
excited for school. Play Marvel Tokon. At least try it out. I'm really excited
Marvel
for that game.
sponsor this guy. He's advertising your stuff. But yeah,
I love Marvel
you
Tokon.
want to do
I'm
the
so excited
outro?
for it.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back Sunday for episode 4. Don't know how that'll go.
Yes, we will.
But yeah.
If you guys want more Emerson, just let us know in the comments. And,
Yeah.
he'll be
And
back.
always feel free to
Yes.
submit Q&A questions in the comments if you so please, because they will be featured the following episode.
Yeah, and join the Discord in the link where you can schedule. Maybe we can get you on here as well if you'd like to
Yeah.
express your life, tell us about your life, any of that stuff. So yeah, just feel free, reach out, comments. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next episode every Monday and Sunday, or Wednesday and Sunday. Sorry,
Yeah.
Wednesday and Sunday.